What's up, my friend? This is Brian Pfeiffer, aka the Marketing Meathead, and today we're going to talk about 2019 and the goal setting I've got in place. So, just to kind of preface this particular video, it's going to be a little bit longer. I'm going to go over I'm going to go over the 2018 goals, what I hit, what I didn't, and then I'm going to go over the 2019 goals. I wanted to kind of first start out by saying that I really feel like I've come a long way in 1 year. I never really got into YouTube until around February of 2018, and now I've shot almost, I think, over 200 videos. I don't know the exact number, but it was a significant amount. And definitely gotten a little better on video. If I look back at some of my first ones, they're pretty terrible. But that's kind of just the way it is when you're growing. You got to do things kind of bad first, and then you get better and better as things go on. And even looking at my 2018 goals, I was just like almost like baffled when I looked at them, and I'm like, wow, I've like come so far in a year just from, I do put out a lot of content, but I also have been consuming a lot of content. I pretty much become like a little bit of a YouTube junkie, if you will, and I follow a handful of people, crypto guys, some other marketers and whatnot, just trying to kind of like get a feel for what they're doing on their channels and what I can do on my channels and how I can bring more value to the people that subscribe to me based on what I learned from them. Okay, so overall my channel's done pretty well. Started out the year under 200, and now I'm over 1,000. I think I'm at 1,050 plus today, and it's growing. It's growing actually at a little faster pace now than it was. And aside from this past weekend when I was on vacation in Miami, and now I got a little bit of a cold from that. I kind of fell behind on a lot of work and some of the videos and whatnot. But for the rest of this year, aside from maybe my trip in July, I should be able to be pretty consistent on at least getting 3 videos out, potentially as many as 5, depending on how busy I am. But, obviously I got to have good content too, so I'm not going to be putting out stuff that's just to put out stuff. I'm going to make sure that I have done my due diligence and I've given you guys stuff to, become useful in your life. So let's go ahead and get started today. I just, wanted to reiterate how far I felt I've come just based on looking at these 2018 goals. I almost was like, wow, this is like almost a joke that these were my goals. And now you'll see how much I've improved my 2019 layout. And I'll post these 2019 goals on my blog as well. Hopefully later tonight I'll get around to putting those up. And I'll get this video released today. This is January 4th of 2019. I'm a little bit late on putting this out, but it's not too late. So let's take a look here at the 2018 goals here. YouTube, I wanted to try to hit 25K followers. That's easier said than done. I did want to put a few things in place here that there's some things that you just can't control. I can't control the YouTube algorithm. I can put out videos on a consistent basis, and I can try to put out quality videos, but I can't control if the algorithm is going to give me love or not. As we know, around the first of the year, they changed everything on YouTube as far as you had to have 1,000 subscribers and have 4,000 watch hours just to become monetized. That was new at the beginning of 2018. When I first made this, plan for 25K followers, that was not even in place. So I'm not able to get monetized as of yet. I have about 3,000 watch hours and 1,000 subscribers, so I'm a little bit short on the watch hours, but I'm just going to keep putting out content, and wherever the YouTube algorithm takes me, it takes me. I can't really control how many subscribers I get over the next year, but I can control how many videos I put out, and I can't control the quality of the content I put out. So I'm just going to continue to do that, and wherever I end up, I end up. It's one of those things where I can't control it, so I can't really put it as a goal. But I can put as a goal in my 2019 that I'm going to put out 250 quality videos. That's something that I can do. I can't control that, okay? So I wanted to grow this is crypto now. I wanted to grow my portfolio to about $100,000. Well, that didn't work out so well. I did not hit that goal. I lost about 40K in crypto in 2018. I think I was probably one of many people that lost in crypto. Nobody thought we were going to go into a bear market like we did, and we still are in a bear market. It is what it is. I'm not going to cry over spilled milk. I've become a little bit better trader. I'm still not a pro. I would consider myself more of an intermediate at this point, and I'm learning. I'm continuing to learn. I've got some classes that I've taken. I've got some classes that I haven't finished yet. I've got some books that I haven't read. I'm busy, and I got a lot of stuff going on. I will be making some more trades in 2019, but I'm going to be a lot more selective on my trades. I'm not going to be like trying to day trade. Certainly, I will do some occasional swing trades when I feel like there's a opportunity to ride a trend, but they're going to be few and far between compared to what I was doing in 2018. So definitely become a smarter trader as far as that goes. Instagram and Snap, I almost want to skip over this section just because I was like, I can't even believe that I was actually, at the beginning of 2018, I was actually interested in growing my Snapchat. That has gone by the wayside, if anything. If anything, everybody's over on Instagram with their stories now. So that's definitely changed. There's a couple other things here that I've put down, like trying to get to a certain amount of subscribers. Again, that's not something that I can control. I can't control the amount of subscribers that I get or followers in YouTube's or followers in Instagram's case that I get, but I can control how much I post, how much I use my softwares that I have. I have Follow Adder, I use Captivate, and as long as I'm running those on a fairly regular basis, I can grow the accounts at a fairly significant rate, and so far that's been working pretty well. So you can see here one of my goals was the Brian Surreal nightclub profile to 10K. I'm at 82, 83. Surreal Events was to 10K, and I made 13.1. So the Surreal Events one took off more than the Brian Surreal one, which is more my personal one. But I hit one goal. I went way over on one goal and was under another goal. I do have my Marketing Meathead Instagram just about ready to hit that 10K. What I have noticed on Instagram is when you do hit that 10K number one, you can put links, clickable links into your stories. Number two, it seems like the algorithm gives you more love because it knows you're a real legit player, and they're going to start giving your particular posts and whatnot more love. So what I can control in 2019 is being more consistent on the stories. I can control more consistent on the posts, and I can control the software is what I'm using. So I'm going to continue to do that. I'm going to potentially, I have in my 2019 goals, I'll show you, is to hire somebody that can kind of help me do more of the social media stuff, the Facebook stories, the Instagram stories, obviously the Snapchat, I still use that. Be consistent. YouTube's coming out with stories. I mean, I don't have time to literally run an entire business, do affiliate marketing, and do all the social media myself. It's just not realistic. My VA does awesome for me on helping me run the softwares and doing the posts and stuff on Instagram. But when it comes to the actual stories, that's got to be me, and I got to literally have someone in my office here that helps me be consistent with all this stuff. Not to mention if we're putting out good content, good videos, and we want to put those videos, we want to resize them for Instagram stories, or we want to repurpose them and put them on LinkedIn, or we want to put them on another platform like Twitter or whatnot. There's so many things that I could be doing on top of what I already am doing, but there's just not enough hours in the day to do it all. It's just not realistic. I mean, look at these guys like Gary Vee, Grant Cardone. Some of these guys, they got like teams of 18 plus people that are putting out all this content for them. I don't need 18 plus people. I don't have that kind of revenue coming in to support a staff of 18 full time, but I could potentially have another person on my staff that kind of focuses more on just getting the word out on all these other platforms. But I need to have a system in place to have some revenue coming in. I don't want to just go out and spend, say 30 or 40 grand a year on a marketing assistant, for example, and then not have any more revenue coming in. That wouldn't make sense as a business owner. So I'm working on another system and releasing my info product and whatnot to have a stream of revenue coming in. And out of that stream of revenue, I could potentially hire another person to start growing my personal brand and whatnot over the next, year or longer. Okay. So let's take a look here. What else I had? These 2018 goals were a joke. I'm just, the funny thing is, like, I was just talking about Facebook. I mean, they're just not even realistic goals. I did get my Pinterest set up, but I didn't set up a Shopify store for what I had intended to do with that. That was a thought back in December when I did these 2018 goals. I did set up Pinterest accounts for like all my other businesses, and I have my VA that does those, so that's growing nicely and generating some traffic to the websites. As far as Twitter goes, I haven't really done all that much on Twitter. I'm a little more active on my one Twitter, my Brian Surreal Twitter, and I do respond to people and check that fairly often, which is something I never used to do. And that Twitter account is actually growing. But unfortunately, with like a lot of these profiles, I have so many like profiles, for Instagram, so many profiles for Twitter, so many profiles for Pinterest. It is not realistic to check all these things every day. It's just not. So I do what I can. I kind of stay stay along the lines of a couple things that I do follow up on, and it seems like people have been able to, get a hold of me on those channels, and that's kind of where I've stuck around. So I had some goals here for Shopify. I did get a guy on my team now. One of my media buyers is pretty good at Shopify, so we are looking to expand that business. We have a nice store built right now. We are generating some sales. We've got a promising product right now, actually, that's showing good results on small test dollars. So, last year I didn't really do anything with Shopify, but this year I am. And as far as like my businesses overall, I did grow this entire group here of businesses about 30% last year. So that was a definite. I didn't really even put that in as a goal, but I did hit that goal, and that was one of my goals. But definitely, as far as profit goes, I was probably up about 30% from where I was a year ago. 300K, 800K in profit. I don't think I hit. Sorry for the phone there. I don't think I hit the 800K in profit, but I was probably somewhere in the neighborhood of about 400K in profit on those businesses, which is pretty good. It was up from a year ago, 30%, and pretty good. And this new project, I have not funded that yet. I did not get to that. So maybe in 2018 or 19, I'll get to this project. Maybe not. We'll see. Okay, so let's take a look over here at 2019, and I'm going to show you like the big difference in the goals, and just the whole process itself is just night and day. Okay. So in 2019, I'm going to go ahead and publicly declare my goals, and I've done this in 2018. And accountability is super important for me. I want to make sure that I'm accountable for these goals. A lot of this stuff is stuff that I know I can achieve, but it's going to take a lot of work, and I got to stick to it. It's going to require a lot of work. Probably getting some people onto my team, probably getting some of my current team to help me out, and I've achieved many of my 2018 goals, but I didn't really have like real goals, honestly, for 2018. Looking back, I was just kind of laughing. It just wasn't realistic. But let's take a look here at the 2019 goals, and I've kind of categorized them into different areas, so they're a little easier to follow and whatnot. Now, my financial goals: I want to make at least 1.5 million in revenue. With working less and positively impacting millions of people's lives by the end of the year. So how am I going to do that? Well, obviously I have the businesses that I currently have. Those are all still up and running and functional. I'm going to continue to grow those. I think a realistic growth number from a year ago is maybe 10 to 15%. I really expanded them last year, but I kind of did a lot of things that I haven't been able to. There's not too many more ways that I can expand those businesses aside from lowering prices and stuff like that. And I don't really want to get into the bottom of the barrel game here. I would rather be a premium service out here in Vegas and give people like quality, top-notch service instead of trying to be like the cheapest guy in town. Obviously there's some competitors out there that continually undercut us, but they don't deliver the kind of service we do and never have and never will. So it is what it is. As far as investments go, I would definitely like to get at least 2 million investments, whether it be real estate, cryptocurrencies, websites, ETFs. You could technically kind of say that the investments that I have already, I currently have obviously a lot of websites and businesses and whatnot, and I would probably estimate my business worth somewhere around the $1 million range. So I'm looking to kind of double that in 2019, and that would be a combination of making some good investments, maybe acquiring some more websites, potentially growing the stuff that I already have. But that's kind of where I want that to be. I'd like to kind of double that. I'm going to be a lot more conservative with my money. I'm not going to be taking any crazy risks like I did last year with crypto, and which, sorry for the phone, we are here in an office, and unfortunately people are calling in on a Friday afternoon, so it is what it is. All right, so let's take a look at the mission and goals, and I would like to host a yearly meetup for my Progress College, which is going to be my affiliate marketing company. And Progress College isn't just going to be affiliate marketing. I have some vision for down the road, the next 3 to 5 years, to offer more than just affiliate marketing stuff, potentially Amazon FBA, Shopify, whatever else might come up in the next 3 to 5 years. I'm sure things are going to change a little bit over the next 3 to 5 years with the internet, but definitely, showing people how to do different things as far as making money online, using my experience and my team's experience, leveraging our expertise, coming up with great quality courses, and growing that as an educational brand. I would like to have that to be my full-time gig in the next 3 to 5 years, and then the other businesses, whether I choose to sell them or keep them, I would want the educational company to be my main focus over the next 3 to 5 years. This year, I definitely want to try to do some kind of meetup. We may end up doing the meetup in early 2020, giving me a full year to put it all together, but we'll see. If I can pull it off before the end of 2019, that'll be good. All right, so let's take a look here. I will easily release 2 courses. I'd like my affiliate marketing course. I got my free course / lead magnet course pretty much done. I'm getting it finally proofread this weekend, and then I'm going to put it into PDFs. I'll have it up online, and I'll have it in PDF form, so if you want to download it, you can. That's going to be the free course. It took me a couple months to put that together properly. It's very intense. It's very good. It's a lot of free knowledge. And then my paid course, I'm also working on that, and I'm trying to get that finished by the end of this month. It's a lot of work. I'm putting a lot of stuff in it. I'm putting some PDFs and whatnot in there. I'm really doing everything I possibly can to show anybody that buys that course that we are legit and we are really doing what we can to make you successful online. Affiliate marketing is not easy, and there's a lot of things that we do that have made us successful, and I'm going to try to put that all into one awesome, amazing course to help make you successful. Okay, just keep in mind, if you go through the free course and the interest, you like what you see, and the paid course is coming later in the month, so keep that on the radar. Okay, I'd like to hire one person. I kind of mentioned this earlier, as far as like a team player for marketing assistant / a progress college business, helping me get emails out, helping me get blog posts done, helping me get more content out. All that stuff needs to be done, but it's really hard for me to run a business, do this YouTube channel, and put out all this content without working 16 or 17 hours a day. I have to have a little bit of a life as well. So I'd like to hire an A player, maybe by the end of this month, January, when I get the product up and running, and hopefully a little bit of revenue coming in, then I can afford to hire somebody else and create the team. All right. And I'm going to continue to work on the Amazon business and Shopify business. I do have 3 products up on Amazon. I do kind of still got to launch 2 of them. I've been too busy to get around to it. I'm going to probably get around to it next week. I'm going to relaunch one product and launch the other 2. I'd like to get those products at least moving to the point where maybe I can get them to break even or close to. And then I want to get another product going. And I'm going to do, last time I kind of paid someone to do all my own, do all the research and whatnot. And this time around, I'm going to do it all myself. So I'm going to learn it. I'm going to do it myself. And I'm going to show my results. And then at some point, if I can get that business making money and humming along, I'll go ahead and maybe put out another course and showing how I do that. Right now, we have a Shopify product running, and it's doing really well. Hopefully, we can continue to keep that going and scale it. And obviously, I'll put out more content on that based on the results. So that is one of the things I'm working on already for 2019, and let's see if I can continue on with that and make it into something amazing by the end of the year. As far as YouTube goes, I want to publish another 250 videos for the Marketing Meathead YouTube channel. Obviously, if you're watching this right now, you're on the channel, and you know that I put out pretty good content, and I do really try to put out a quality piece of content at least 2 or 3 times a week. I try to go in, and if I'm learning something, I'll take what I'm learning and I'll put it into a video, and I'll bring it over to you guys. It takes a lot of time to do that. Sometimes I have to prepare some slides. Sometimes I have to prepare some things on the computer. Sometimes I have to learn stuff myself, and then I'll show it to you guys. Okay, so not an easy task there, but that is my plan. Again, I don't have control over the number of subscribers I'm going to get, but I do have control over the amount of videos I can produce and the quality of the videos I can produce. Okay. Now, the next thing I'm going to work on in 2019 is my blog. Well, it's one thing I kind of neglected in 2018. I didn't put out a lot of blog posts, but I feel like with the combination of the YouTube and the blog and everything that I'm going to be doing with the course as far as promoting it and whatnot, and the more social media content, it's going to be like a traffic wheel. Okay, the more posts I can put out, the more videos I can put out, the more social media I can put out, the more the wheel of traffic is going to continue to turn and grow that business. Okay, so that's the plan for the blog posts. 150 blog posts on Marketing Meathead, which is about 2 a week, actually 3 a week. Okay, that's going to be pretty tough for me to do, but if I get that assistant, that might be a more of an achievable goal. But I'm not going to be able to do that by myself. I can tell you right now, I need to get an assistant to help me with that. All right, so I will easily have 25,000 YouTube subscribers on the Marketing Meathead YouTube channel. Now, again, I went from under 200 to over 1,000 in 1 year. Now I'm saying I'm going to go from 1,000 to 25,000. Now that's again not something I have control over, but I know that if I put out quality videos, 250 of them, and 150 good blog posts, and I have a product that's amazing that people are talking about, I'm going to get into that algorithm, and I'm going to get some love from that algorithm. So let's see if I can hit that numbers. That's not something I really have control over, but that's kind of something I'm kind of striving for in 2019. All right. The next one has to do with YouTube as well. 1 million views on my Marketing Meathead YouTube channel. Again, quality content and more content. I can do that. And 100,000 unique visitors to marketingmeathead.com. Now I'm going to probably be able to hit that fairly easily because I'm going to have an amazing lead magnet, which is the ultimate guide to affiliate marketing that I wrote. And I'm going to be sending a lot of paid traffic to that. So I should be able to hit that pretty easily. And I want to launch a podcast later this month or early next month and start putting some of my videos that are more, ones that I'm not doing like screen shares and whatnot, stuff that's more like easily translated into a podcast. I want to put that into like a podcast form and get a podcast going by first quarter of 2019. So that's one of my goals. All right, now as far as skills go, there's a few things that I've been trying to learn, and then I end up getting busy, and I've got courses sitting there that I haven't even logged into, that kind of stuff. So there's a few things that I want to improve on in 2019, and I want to get better at the Google Analytics and understand how, I do know how to read, obviously, Google Analytics, but there's a whole nother level to Google Analytics that I haven't really tapped into. And I want to learn a little bit more about SEO. I do know the basics. I do know how to, obviously do meta tags and the different kind of stuffs like that, and find keywords. But as far as like really deep diving into that, I feel like there's some more I can learn. So one of the things I'd like to do, if I get to it, then I get to it. That is the plan by the end of 2019. I want to learn Adobe Premiere. I've talked about that on this channel before. Right now I use Camtasia 2018, which is fine for editing videos. It's not great, but I know there's a whole other level of where I want to get to. I'm thinking for Adobe Premiere, I'll go through a class or two if I get time, and then potentially hire a mentor or a really good videographer to kind of show me the ropes. I'd like to eventually outsource all my video editing and whatnot, but I think I should learn how to do it first so that I can know what really good quality is. And if I'm outsourcing it, then I can say, hey, look, can you do this? Can you do this? Okay. So it's one of the skills I want to learn. I have that really nice camera, the Lumix GH5S, which is a really awesome camera, and I'd like to learn how to use that thing better. I've taken a couple classes online about it. I haven't even read the manual yet, but I know how to use it a little bit, but it definitely, there's a lot more things on that camera that I don't know how to do that I want to learn how to use, as far as different lenses and whatnot, and just become a better videographer / photographer in general in 2019. Okay. And I'd like to learn a lot more about YouTube advertising. I know Facebook pretty well. I do know Google Ads okay, but I want to get really good at YouTube advertising. I want to get good at Google Ads, and I'd like to learn one other traffic source in 2019 as well. Now, that's to be determined, whether it be a LinkedIn or a Snapchat or something along those lines. We have kind of mastered Pinterest. Now, I personally don't know Pinterest that well, but my business partner has mastered Pinterest. We're crushing that. So that's one of those that maybe I can learn myself. Okay. So that's my skills for 2019. And let's talk about health and fitness goals. One of those things that not everybody has the benefits of. I've been working out for almost 25 years now, and I'm in pretty good shape. I do cardio every day for 50 minutes. I usually hit the gym 4 to 5 days a week, sometimes even 6. Working out for so long as I have and consistently, it really comes easy to me. I'm in very good shape. I'm in very good health, and I don't have to do a lot as far as setting goals to achieve like a certain amount of weight off or keeping my diet a certain way, because I already eat healthy and I already am in pretty good shape and I already have a consistent workout schedule. So mainly in 2019, I just want to maintain and maybe decrease that waistline by a couple inches. I know if I ate a little bit better and a little less junk, I could do that. So that's about it. But that's easy for me. I'm not too worried about the health and fitness goals. That's always been easy for me. Now, as far as my mind, emotions, and spiritual goals, I'd like to do a 30-day morning meditation challenge. You hear of everybody that's really successful. They meditate and whatnot. I don't do a lot of meditation. One of those things I'd like to get into. I'd like to do it for 30 days consistently sometime this year and see how it affects me and my mentality and my businesses, and see if it can improve my life in some sort of way. So that's part of my goal for 2019 is to try that for 30 days and see how it works. And I want to continue my up in my game and getting my book game up and reading more books. I've already just about finished my book for January 2019, but I'm going to try to get at least one book in every month for the next 12 months. I think that's a reasonable expectation for me. I have a list of probably 20 or 30 books that I want to read. If I can get 12 of those done in this year, that's a realistic number I think I can hit. Okay. As far as relationships go, I would like to find somebody serious. As you know, I'm 46 here in the next couple weeks, and the time is kind of ticking for me. I still look pretty decent for my age, and people tell me I look young and not, but let's be real. I'm almost 46, and I don't have any kids, and I don't have a real serious girlfriend at this time. So one of those things that I'd like to do at some point is try to find someone that I could actually maybe potentially settle down with and plan something for the next year or two as far as getting serious and potentially having some kids down the road. Maybe not right away, but definitely down the road. But I'm definitely at a point in my life where I need to start thinking about that at some point. Okay, so that's something I want to do, and obviously that goes along with planning, some kind of a romantic experience with my girlfriend at least a couple times a year. And as far as keeping in touch with my family members, I need to do that on a more consistent basis. My sister, my mom, and my niece and nephew and whatnot. I need to do that more like once a month. And I'd like to connect with a lot of my friends and whatnot that I've kind of lost touch with, that have moved out here to Vegas and whatnot. They've tried to maybe get a hold of me, but I got so much going on. I'm just too busy. And I need to start making time for some of these people and maybe doing like a lunch or a dinner occasionally just to, catch up with some of these old friends and whatnot. So I'm going to really try to do that in 2019. And lifestyle and travel goals, I definitely need to start doing more fun stuff. I get so wrapped up in the work that I don't do a lot of fun stuff. I do enjoy snowmobiling, boating, concerts, sporting events, and I need to try to do something like that once a month. And as far as like a trip goes, I'd like to plan a trip to Greece, Italy, Spain, somewhere in Europe sometime in July like I did last year. I went to Croatia. Would like to do that again in 2019. And as far as events go, I'm attending the Affiliate Summit West this weekend. There's a Profit Engine event the following weekend with Rob and Jerry, and I plan on going to that and then going to the Traffic Conversion Summit. And then after that, I'm pretty busy. I get really busy in March through October, and typically there's not that many good conferences in November and December. So probably those three for this year. Those will be the three that I attend. I usually get something out of all three of those, hopefully. And, other than that, I'm probably just going to go to those three, and I don't have any plans for other conferences at this time. And as far as spiritual and contribution goes, I'd like to donate like $5,000 to charity or less fortunate over the course of the year. I do have a contest coming up where I'm going to be giving away $1,000 that should be wrapping up here in the next week or so. I don't know if that person's less fortunate or not, but hopefully the winner can use that money more than me. And I'd like to do some other stuff like that throughout the year to give to people, give back a little bit to people from, the people that follow me and whatnot. And, hopefully they can take that money and buy a course or potentially become more successful because of that money. That's what I'd like to see. All right, so that kind of wraps it up here for my goals. 29 of them to be exact. If you compare that to my 2018 goals, you can clearly see that I've put a lot of time and effort into making these goals like something that I can achieve and be realistic. And hopefully you've done the same. Have you set your goals yet? That's the question I have to you. It's now January 4th. Take what I put. I'll put this on my blog tonight. And go through and I don't mind if you model this. I modeled somebody else to put these goals together, and put them into your own, what's going to work for you. And I plan on doing maybe like a monthly checkup just to kind of see where I'm at with these goals. Am I going in the right direction? Am I not going in the right direction? Do I need to veer off and start doing some things? Share them with your friends and family, Facebook, that kind of stuff. I'm going to put them up on my blog, and you should put together some goals. If you don't have a plan, then your plan is to fail. Okay, it's that simple. If you don't have a plan, your plan is to fail. Okay, and I don't plan to fail this year. I plan to grow my businesses. I plan to do a big amount of numbers and profit, and I plan on making this the best year that I've ever had. So that is my 2019. Hope you guys appreciated what I did for you guys today. And if you are new to the channel, go ahead and leave me a comment below. If you haven't gone ahead and liked the video, go ahead and like. And if you haven't subscribed and bang that notifications bell. I am the Marketing Meathead. We'll talk to you later. Thank you.